All right, guys, we should be live right now. Hopefully, we're not going to have any issues. I just tried to go live a minute ago, and it actually was acting up quite a bit. So I'm hoping that we don't have any sort of issues with that. Really having my fingers crossed, guys. Let's all have our fingers crossed here because that was pretty sketch. Apparently, it had a a some sort of critical error. That's what it said. Exactly what it said. So we're just gonna hope that there's no issues. As you guys know, there has been issues in the past when I try to stream from my channel, so we're just gonna really hope that that's not the case. So if you're in here, let me know. A good dashing bolt says hi. I can hear you. Michael Clayton, yes, you're live now. How's everybody doing today? Where's everybody at? That's what I want to know first off. I'm curious if the chat is linked up here because, oh, there we go. I'm getting some of these. Yes, in the chat. That's working good. Because we have like a new layout there, as you can see. That's not going to be the permanent layout. I can kind of switch it up. If it's a little loud, let me turn this down a tiny bit. Like that, maybe. Because it was going in the red zone for sure. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Be sure to smash the like button as always. I'm going to actually share that we're streaming with all of my social media so we can get more people in here. Just so that everybody knows we're going live. Let's see. Doing live coverage of the severe storms today. Okay, sweet. Sweet, except it will not let me paste that. So that's not sweet. Hold on. Oh, it can't be a direct weather stream without having issues in the beginning. Is that not the truest statement ever or what? And I'm very bad at multitasking too, so that's another thing. All right, looks like I'm gonna have to do it from my computer, which is good because with this current layout, you guys shouldn't be seeing what I'm seeing, if that makes sense. It should be on other tabs if it's working the way it's supposed to. So I see people from Pennsylvania, Northeast. It always makes me like, it's always interesting to me how people watch the stream from different regions. I love that we kind of all come together during these streams and we watch it regardless of if it's our region or not. And I just always thought that's really cool. So let's see here. Let me try this again. Severe thunderstorms. There we go. Look at that. Sometimes I feel like I'm an Apple guy, but then Windows, oh, reliable, just always reminds me why I love it so much. Okay. I hope everybody's having a good day, first off. We're going to be covering these storms. We can see there is a couple tornado warnings. We are going to touch on those in a moment. I just have to get everything set up. That way I don't have to stop anymore. But we, at this point, have multiple tornado warnings. But as far as I'm aware, there should not be any active tornadoes, which is very good news so far. We're going to be watching the situation throughout the evening. That's why I waited so long, is because I want to hopefully cover this entire event, towards where the storms exit out of the moderate risk region. And hopefully that'll be as early as possible, but it might be as late as 11 or 12 tonight. But at the earliest, I would say that might be happening around 9 or so. So that's what we're kind of watching for. As I'm just sharing this with as many people as possible. If you're just getting in here, be sure to smash that like button. It's going to help get the word out to as many people as possible. Getting these streams rolling is pretty tough in the beginning, so that's just what we're kind of working on here. Just getting the awareness out, getting the word out real quickly. but it's always an effort that, you know, it's sort of on me, but also the viewers can help a lot too, which is also really cool. Let's see here. Okay. All right, and every link is shared, so we should be good to go. Okay, so let me go ahead and see if this moves correctly the way I want it to. We have a cluster of severe thunderstorms up here, so that is where we're watching currently. Okay, let me try to just switch over to just our radar. The National Weather Service thing is not working anyway. It's been having issues as I've been trying to deal with all the issues and everything. But let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. So we have a southern cluster there as well. This isn't a good sign. My throat's already getting dry and we haven't even hardly started. Let me take a sip of my honey lemon tea. That's what I'm going with today. Emphasis on the lemon, guys. Wow, that is a sour tea. I made it, so I can't blame anybody. Okay. I just want to get everything set up before we start really breaking stuff down. First off, I want to say I appreciate everybody for being here, as always. Taking the time to be a part of our stream is really, really cool. And I always appreciate that so much. So, let's break this all down. I want to just zoom in. First off, we're going to focus on these northern storms here because we have two that look tornadic at this point. So we're going to pause the motion here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pause the motion. Right off the bat, I see this curvature in here, and I'm really going to need to change that color, aren't I? We'll go with blue. We'll go with blue today. Blue. Look at that. We can see it. Perfect. Okay. So I see this curvature here, I see this curvature here, and I see where those tornado warnings are at and why they're there. So we see radar indicated and radar indicated. So as of now, that's good news, okay? We want to see radar indicated because that means nobody's actually seen a tornado. There's just reason to believe there could be a tornado. Now, if you see confirmed tornado, that means somebody has seen a tornado on the ground, and that's why that is worse news, obviously, because there's actually a tornado happening, 100%. So let's try to switch over to our velocity and see if we can't make out anything. The problem is we have a lot of wind involved today. And when there's a lot of wind involved, like today, it is hard to see those areas of rotation. Now, I will say this area right here is concerning right out of the gates. We have this green right up against the red, and anytime you see that, that is a bit of a concern. We're going to see if that matches up properly with the radar, and it does. So we're watching this hook in here. Potentially something tornadic trying to happen right there on that southern extent. And as we put it in motion, we'll be able to see where it's headed. So it's heading right towards Beamer, actually. Beamer there right in Nebraska. So if by any chance one of the 170 of you happen to be in Beamer, Nebraska, please take cover because this tornadic cell is headed right towards you. Things can switch on a dime. So if you're in Wisner, Bancroft, any of these areas, Pender, Walt Hill, Rosalie, you're going to be watching this cell because this does look quite tornadic at this point. We're going to be tracking it here as well. Now, outside of the tornado warnings, I mean, we have strong winds heading through all of these regions. I mean, really, this is a very serious wind type event that we're seeing here at this point. And on our velocity, we can tell there is 50 plus mile per hour winds happening right now. I've even seen some 60s. Yeah, we got a 62 in there as well. So there is a lot of damaging wind at this point present within these storms. And that's going to be worth noting as well moving forward. Now, we do have a tornado warning over Manhattan. The good news is it's not Manhattan in New York. It's Manhattan in Nebraska. So that's the good news here. The bad news is that our WSV3 is currently crashing, so classic, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to switch the stream right over to, not that one. Which one was it? This one. Okay, but at least we can see something on screen, and I'm going to get this back on track while that's on screen, because that's a little bit, at least you can see the Storm Prediction Center's outlook there. So we have a moderate risk at this point. That's indicated by the red on the top right of your screen. So that is what we're watching for at this point, and that's let's see here. I'm looking at these tornado warnings. Yeah, both are radar indicated. I'm gonna try to see if I can't get the usage of my RAM to go down a little bit on this application real quick while I'm just talking to you guys here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I think I found a way to lower it a tiny bit. That should work. Hopefully. Hopefully we don't start having any issues. So I had to lower a lot of things there. Let's go back to where we'll see the whole radar view here. Okay, so one of our tornado warnings actually just expired, which is again really good news. We do still have one here over Augsburg. It looks like this cell right here is what we're watching. So I just want to take a look here at the velocity real quickly. Let's get it a little bit more zoomed in there. Yeah, Randolph as well included in that one. So that's going to be worth mentioning. And you can see why they have this tornado warning. We have the green over here and the red right here. And this is definitely winds that are heading in different directions. So whenever you see this, obviously you're kind of led to believe there could be some circular motion in there, some rotation. That's what we're going to be generally watching for. And this is headed, I mean, literally right for Augsburg. So I want you guys to know that is really headed directly that way. Another thing I wanted to mention, we have a snow squall over here. Snow squall warning, and that's probably, I mean, 100 miles away, 200 miles away maybe. So right where our severe weather and tornado warnings are happening, I mean, you just take a little hike west and we have a snow squall going on. So it's just crazy the way the weather works. All right, I want to keep my eye on this one. It's even showing up there now. Let's see. Yeah. It's going to be worth watching because we really do have quite a bit of rotation. I would say heading just like this, and that's just enough to create this circular motion in there. And we just got an extension of that tornado warning. If you caught that, we actually got a new extension there. I don't know what just happened. Where are we? Okay, here we go. Yeah. So right there near Beamer, we have that going on. I would say it's just to the northwest of Beamer, right there. And that is going to be headed pretty much towards Pender, Walt Hill, those types of regions. That's where we're going to be watching. Let's see. Oh, we have a new tornado warning, I think. Yeah, right there in the middle. Right here. Look at that. We actually do have some pretty strong rotation right here. And the DBZ on this is crazy, guys. We're talking about 62 DBZ, 65 in there. This just indicates very intense areas of thunderstorms and precipitation coming down. I mean, really intense here. So we're going to be watching this area as well, as it really does appear there is some ample amounts of rotation near strong areas of velocity there. And then we had the red right near it. So we're going to have to watch that closely. I mean, really. Let's see. Still have our two main areas over here. The good thing is this rotation over here, this seems to be separating a little bit. Or now it's here, still separated, which is good news. We do have another green area over there. Not looking too concerning. Yeah, we had another snow squall warning here right behind this, guys. This one's even closer. I mean, come on. What is going on? We definitely have good potential for tornadoes, unfortunately, in this region right here. And I mean, the structure of the storm is amazing. Just that pure bow echo, and you can tell the winds are just shoving this storm like this because we see this elongated area right there where the outside areas can't even keep up because the winds are so strong in the middle there. Uh, it's an amazing thing to see the structure like that of a storm of this caliber. I mean, this is a really intense situation. And the result of that is strong winds along this front here, especially. I mean, next we're going to be talking about Omaha. Let us know in the chat if you're in Omaha. It's about to get wild, guys. Also, Auburn down there. We're going to be watching this area. Ottawa, if that's how you say that. You're going to be watching that as well. Later on, Des Moines, going to be watching. And all these other towns in between. Waterloo as well. Cedar Falls over there. That's going to be later today. I mean, many different regions we have to watch. So while you're in here, guys, while I've got you here, be sure to smash the like button. We have 130 likes. We have 230 viewers. So I know if all of you just liked it right now, we'd at least go up by 100 likes. It's going to help get the word out to as many people as possible. And that's the best thing you can do for the stream right now and just getting the awareness out that these bad storms are on the way. Let's see. We're just putting this in motion. Yeah, this is definitely setting up to be a pretty interesting situation, especially for this time of year. You expect to see these types of storms usually in the summertime is when you would see this type of a storm with the structure like this one, the bow echo that I mentioned. The bow, by the way, means this, the bow-shaped area. Again, the winds are pushing so strong in the middle there that these outer showers are falling behind like that. That is why that shape is occurring, and that just kind of gives you a mental picture of how intense these storms are right now. So, yeah, just a crazy situation we find ourselves in here, guys. And by the minute, I mean, this cell right here is looking more and more concerning. I want to make sure this is just radar confirmed, or sorry, radar indicated, not radar confirmed. That would be much worse. This cell has my attention now. It really does. I think the structure right now, I'm concerned that over the next couple of frames here, we're going to see some concerning development. We see the rotation is tightly knitted in that area, in this corridor right in here. We're going to be watching for this as it's heading kind of in a northeasterly direction. Let me just zoom this out to give you an idea of the next towns impacted. And it did that thing again. There you go. All right, it just wanted to take me away from where I'm actually trying to be. This is going to be heading towards Utan Valley, Nebraska there. Elkhorn potentially. Lashara, Mead, or Med, I don't know how you say that. And eventually, thankfully, it should dodge the city of Omaha. It should go to the north of there. But this cell is very concerning to me at this point. It's embedded, but we can see, just picture if this cell, and excuse my voice, I've been using it a lot lately. If everything outside of this blue circle right here disappeared, what would you be thinking right now? And this is for the people who really know their weather stuff. You would be thinking this is a discrete supercell with a hook echo right there, and you'd be very concerned about this region. But it's embedded. It is in there. But we can see the V structure. The V structure right there. You see how it gets wider over here and over here? It has that V structure and a bit of inflow, I'm sure. And then we have this right here, the hook echo. And this is that rotating supercell right in there in this corridor that we're watching for a potential touchdown of a tornado. And unfortunately, that's headed right towards Utan and then eventually next Valley, that corridor. But if you're anywhere within the tornado warning, you want to pay attention, okay? Because it can change directions. That's just the current direction. It does not confirm that that's going to be the forever direction, if that makes sense. So we just got an update Yeah, oh man. Yeah, this is looking worse and worse by the minute, in my opinion. We see much more structure in here. Uh, Observed. This is an observed tornado now, guys. This is an observed tornado right now. Uh, let's just take a look at the velocity. Oh yeah, that's changed for the worse, guys. We have this green area right here, the red area right here. This is rapidly. I mean, look at that. We were talking for 5 minutes about this cell. We went from a new tornado warning probably 10 minutes ago to now tornado on the ground headed right towards Utan, right there. I mean, take cover if you're in this tornado warning at all. This is not looking good. And in my opinion, this does look like a particularly strong indication of a tornado. Basically, meaning I think this could be a stronger tornado, unfortunately. So let's just take a look. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I think I have my hotkeys all messed up. Okay. So I want to take you back to the correlation coefficient now. So yeah, we can see here, this is a cool tool. This is where we basically get to see the size of the debris in the atmosphere. The red is indicating very small things such as rain. And these bluish greens here, all this is distortion from the radar, so don't pay attention to any of this. It's this tiny circle in here that I indicated, this one right here that I want you to pay attention to. That's right over our rotation. We have the greens and blues showing up. That is indicating an area of larger objects showing up there. And this structure here, I mean, this really wraps around violently there, indicating that there is likely a tornado somewhere in. Well, there is a tornado in there. Excuse me, because it's an observed tornado. But this is really where it's at. We can see it. Let me go back to the velocity here, and right now this velocity, it's about to head over the radar site, so we're about to get a blind spot with this, a really bad blind spot. But the rotation does seem moderate, I would say. It is close together, but the strength there is not. It's not like the worst I've ever seen. This structure right here would lead me to be more concerned than the velocity does at this point, but we know this is a confirmed tornado. Let's see. Yeah, they very promptly gave us an extension here of this tornado warning. They want to get these people alerted quicker since this is on the ground. Definitely agree with that move. That's definitely, if I was blessed enough to be in that position, to be the person making the calls at the Storm Prediction Center, that is certainly what I would be doing at this point, trying to get the word out to as many people as possible. Prepare for the worst, assume the best. Well, no, that's not the saying. What am I talking about, guys? I need sleep. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. That's the saying. Okay. Wow. Yeah, so we're about to get a blind spot with this one. We're about to get a blind spot with this one really bad, but this last frame that we probably can get any information out of is right over Utan, and it's not looking good. I mean, looking more and more intense. It's hard to get any information here. Unfortunately, guys, it is going to be another probably 20 minutes before we're able to see anything with this cell again. But again, if you're in Utan Valley, any of these areas looking ahead, watch out, because this is potentially a larger tornado, and if it's not now, it could be, because this structure on this storm is, I'll say this, it's supportive of a larger tornado, I would say. When you see that shape right there, you're watching right here. Not good, guys. So we're going to continue to watch that one, but I want to keep my eye on the other ones. Right now, obviously, that's drawing the most attention. Okay, we have another observed tornado that I missed. We have a second observed tornado, unfortunately, here, guys. Another one going on here. So already this today is just seeming very tornadic. I don't like to hear that, but that's how it seems. We have an area there that looks like there is potentially some debris, but it could just be a false signal there on the radar. Yeah, we do have, well, look. Now here's the thing, guys. We have two areas of rotation here. We have one there and one here. If they observed a tornado, and you ask me, I would say this might be the tornado, or it could be two. There's two areas of rotation there. Yeah, Striker Bud and UTAN, are they confirming? Does it look to be a larger tornado on the ground at this point? Are we seeing video anywhere? I am curious what's going on over there as we've been watching that situation as well. But for now, not only the one in UTAN, you need to be watching these areas here because we have two areas of pretty significant rotation going on at the same time. Could be two tornadoes at once at this point. Honestly, if you're in the severe weather risk region at this point, I want everybody to pay attention until the storms have completely passed. I can't tell you if it's going to be awful. I can't tell you if it's going to be a non-event for you, but you need to prepare for the worst, which is right now tornadoes on the ground. That can happen for anybody in the severe weather risk region. You know, um, we're so quick to be like, that can't be me, you know, but it can. It really can. Somebody said, I thought you were going to go live at 7. Yeah, I did too, because I thought the storms were going to hit at 7, but things were getting to a very early start. We have to remember these storms are racing into the area, guys. These storms are really racing in. Again, that structure there is very, I mean, it's associated with storms that typically move very quickly with that wind shoving up against the back. Very typical there. Welcome to the channel membership, Matthew Damashko. Is that how you say your name? Anyway, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. If you're interested in joining the channel membership, by the way, it is next to the subscribe button. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, this is right over the radar site, so this is interesting. Some people might not know this, but this circle right here is literally where the radar is. Right there. And for a good couple miles away, you can't really see anything, as you can see, in any direction. And for a good, I would say, 10 miles or so, it's all distorted. You can't get any good information out of it. And unfortunately, our tornado is probably right on the edge of this radius. Right there. I mean, so that we're not going to be able to get information until the tornado has moved about to here. Then we'll be able to see some good radar imagery and actually see what's going on. But for now, we're in a blind spot, and that's the worst place to be. Let me make sure there's not a tornado down here. Okay, because I was about to say, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised with how today has gone so far. I've been live for 27 minutes, and we have 2 confirmed tornadoes. So we're off to a quick start, unfortunately. I was hoping today might not be that tornadic because it looked like it might not. It could go either way. It's kind of what I felt, but at this point, I can tell our storm is right about like that, and we can see the hook echoes right there, so we need to wait for it to pass into this region. Unfortunately, for all these towns here, Bennington, Washington, Kennard, Arlington, those are all in Nebraska. We're going to be watching close for this. Eventually, Blair, Nebraska, Fort Calhoun as well. All these regions need to look out because there is a tornado on the ground at this point, and it might not be the last of the day, and it's certainly not the first because we have one over here, potentially 2. Don't really know at this point. Let's see if we still have any rotation within this cell. Obviously, we probably do. All right. It's acting up a little bit, guys. Let's bear with it. Yeah, I see some indication that there could be some damage taking place in there, so I'm guessing that cell is the cell that is featuring a tornado right now. Let's try to get a... Is that just how fast it's moving? No, it's glitching. Okay, because I was about to say, that would be... That might be how fast it's moving. I'm not even going to lie. So... Sorry, I just had a weather nerd moment there. We have rotation in here regardless. I know that for a fact. It's heading towards the north, kind of northeast-ish. Homer, Winnebago. You're all in the path, so we're going to be watching for you guys as well. Eventually, oh my. Okay. That's a bigger city, Sioux City. I think that's how you say that, right? Sioux City. That looks like a bigger town in there, right in the path. So we're gonna be watching this very closely. I mean, I'm pretty concerned. Sergeant Bluff as well, Jackson, Hubbard, Homer, Winnebago. Like I said, all these towns are like the next in line here with this storm, and we just have to hope that somehow this tornado comes to an end before hitting these more populated areas. And it likely would follow kind of along this path in here. We can see there's a main road, so multiple towns. We need to hope that this one kind of comes to an end here. Let's see. Omaha. Omaha. Is Omaha going to be under one? Or is it the county? Oh, that's the National Weather Service site. Gotcha. Radar indicated. Yeah, this is still observed right there. This one is radar indicated, but Nebraska City. That sounds like a bigger town. It has the word city in it, but we're looking at Union as well. Thurman, Tabor. Should be how you say that. That's radar indicated at this point, but this is our main event here that we're watching. We do have this actual confirmed tornado somewhere in there at this point. I don't want to try to speak too early. Let's see on rotation if I can. Maybe not there, but can I? Yep. Can't even tell you where it is. Great. I'm hoping, I'm seeing some sign here, in my opinion, that this could be lessening in intensity here at this point. Something in this area, though, is where it would be. But we're going to continue to watch this. Once it's out of this distortion, you can see all this distortion in here. It's too close to the radar. Once it gets out of that and it's more in this region, we'll be able to tell if this is still an active tornado or if it's pretty much coming to an end. I was really hoping today wouldn't be that tornadic, guys. I'm really disappointed. Yeah, I keep seeing this area with the rotation, but I can't help but feel like this area over Walt Hill might also have something tornadic going on with that velocity structure there. That's acting up too. We don't really have any indication here, clear indication here on the correlation coefficient, which would show us the size of the objects. At this point, we don't have any clear indication, but on our normal radar, which is this right here, I would say this area is looking pretty concerning as well in there near Walt Hill. So we potentially have two tornadic areas in there. If anybody can confirm if there is any news as far as these tornadoes up here or this tornado, better yet, I shouldn't speak too soon, but if there is any news out for that one, let me know, please, because it's going to help the stream. Now, we do have one to the south here as well, which is also radar indicated. I'm going to just zoom out and make sure we're good. Okay, radar indicated, confirmed, radar indicated. So we have two confirmed right now. That's where we're going to draw most of our attention, obviously. By the way, if you guys do want to do that super chat, if you do want to donate to the stream, it should be somewhere in your chat box. If you did want to do a super chat, I know a lot of people ask me sometimes, but I'm too busy talking about the weather, so I just like to put that out there as well. And also with the new features on the bottom of the screen, it will actually list your donation down there, which is pretty sweet as well. Let's see. Also, like the stream. If you want to help in any way, for now, that's the best thing you can do, just to get the awareness out. That helps my stream a lot. We're currently at 234 likes, which is really good at this point. So I appreciate it a lot, guys. We're going to continue tracking this situation. Yeah. I'm hoping this one's kind of coming to a close here, but I can't confirm that, obviously. Last we heard, this tornado right here was observed on the ground. This one we're tracking now. Somebody asked, by the way. And this one down here, which we think might be two areas of rotation potentially, also is observed on the ground. And that was as of 4:45. So that was a while back. So we'll continue to track that one, but it might be done now, but it's hard to say. This one was issued at 5:54, so that was a lot more recently. Yeah, I wonder if let's see. Oh, thanks for sharing. That helps a lot too. Sharing definitely gets the word out a lot. Okay, so let's see here. A couple things to go over. Multiple people are telling me there might be 2 tornadoes. Do we have another observed tornado? Is it this one? I'm awaiting an update from that. Okay, this one expired, so that's really good news as well. Radar indicated. I'm hoping we might get away with having, if this one kind of expires, we don't have one on the ground here anymore, we might actually get away with having 0 tornadoes on the ground for a little bit here. I'm eating a protein bar, by the way, guys. That's why I keep getting quiet for a second. Let's see. It's kind of out of that distortion now. What we kind of got going for us is it's going a little quick. So we don't lose the vision of it for too long. I think the wind is so strong in there. I mean, I can't tell what's going on. 67 miles, 60, 101 miles per hour. That's got to be a glitch, yeah. Okay. I had to calm myself down there. 62 miles per hour. Yeah, so we got a couple areas approaching 60 in there. Definitely looking pretty violent with these winds. And I mean, look at the stretch of it. I mean, really, that entire bow in there. We have these strong winds, and we have 90 plus mile per hour in here. It's only getting stronger, and we're about to cross into the Iowa side of things. Honestly, this is not looking good. Somebody asked me what brand the bar is that I'm eating. It's Elevation brand, but it's so random. Okay. 97 miles per hour. 97. And what just happened? I think it keeps going back and forth between the typical velocity and then the storm motion, because I'm like, storm relative is supposed to move with it. Radar indicated observed. Yeah. Possible. What's going on here? Possible tornado. It's the rarest variation, guys. You don't hear them say possible tornado very often. Yeah, the weather's kind of wacky today across the nation, I would say. First off, in Virginia, it was like 70. So I was wearing shorts. It was like summertime here. I believe there was fog. I mean, in a lot of places. That definitely makes sense to me because it's just been so warm and weird with the weather, you know? It just seems like that kind of weather. Let me get an update on these. It'll stop acting up. If it'll stop showing off for the stream. In the world? Come on now, work for me. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't want to. Hmm. Yeah, the good thing is I don't see any clear indication of a debris ball in there anymore. It still says observed, so we're going to continue to watch this one. Hmm. I'm going to try to mess around with these settings for a second. I want to try to get this RAM to calm down. Or better yet, I should say I want this to stop using as much RAM. Hmm. Oh my. Literally anything at this point to just get this to chill out a little bit. Terrain control. Now you guys get to see a tutorial on how to set up your WSV3 like me. So honestly, let's see. Oh, it's using way less RAM now. Oh, that's because it's frozen. Of course it's using less RAM. Okay. Brief intermission, guys. We gotta get this fixed. It literally couldn't take the heat. Let's see. I wonder when I'll fully abandon WSV3, stop using it. Okay. For now, it's using a little less RAM. Let's get you guys back in there. The reason I switch it is because look at that screen looks a little bit better. And when I quit out of this on this screen, if I was over here, it would show you like my whole desktop and everything and what I'm doing. And I feel like that would just be a little less professional looking. So that's why we switch it for a second. Let's see. I think in general with WSV3 for me, I wish it would work right because it's so freaking beautiful. But the problem is it's just not gonna do it. Like at this point, it it's just too much. I don't know. Too much going on. It's too big of a program. I could use something like Radar Scope or some of like the more simple programs, but then I can't do as much customization in here, and I love it. Hmm. Thankfully, this one looks to have updated to a radar indicated tornado, which is the best kind of tornado warning you can have because it means it's the least likely to actually be a tornado. The other good news is this one's updated to a radar indicated tornado as well, meaning there isn't currently an observed tornado in there. Although I will say this one still has a nice structure in there. We're going to be watching closely. This one crosses Interstate, what is that, 29 there. See if there's a town, Modell or Modale or something. We're going to be watching that one. We're going to be watching that one ultra close. This one down here near Silver City, this one has a bit of a structure that just would kind of raise some red flags as well. Right in here. You almost think there might be a hook in there. We'll be watching that one as well. Then that one's just radar indicated, so we're just tracking this. Overall, uh-oh, another tornado warning in here. This one is radar indicated at this point, but we have another one. Let's make sure nothing's coming in. No new information. This one just says tornado possible. This one's starting to get a structure that I just don't like to see. Kind of, I don't know, like something about that just does not look right to me. Let's see. Yeah. See, it's like very strong winds and then nothing. And then very strong winds again. You can see the inflow there. And what's interesting is right there, look at that. There's a tiny bit of yellow. Now there is some random areas of yellow, and it could just be that, but this one looks particularly large. We'll watch it. Does anybody know if there's currently snow on the ground for these areas? I'd be interested to hear about that. I for sure would be curious. Oh, wow. Yeah, guys, this one. Yeah. There's two areas. Like, here is concerning to me, but also here near Glenwood. So, yeah, we have rotation on both. What is up with these double areas at this point? And our velocity doesn't want to work. Actually, it is working. Yeah, just tiny bits of rotation. You got that red, and then the very strong blue there. I think these storms are moving so fast, it's making it difficult. Okay, this area here. Yeah. This area here. Watch out. And the good news is this is relatively no man's land. We're going to need to watch that closely, though. I don't like that. I don't like this at all. It's going to, should hopefully slide to just the east of Silver City. Good grief. Just a tiny bit of a signal in there as well. Let's see how this one plays out, guys. Maybe it, yeah, still radar indicated. Radar indicated. All these are radar indicated, so that's good news at least at this point. They're all moving so fast too. I would definitely not, you know, I wouldn't stop paying attention to this area, but it's this area right here that extends further south that also just has that, I don't know what you'd call it, kink. And now that there, but also this. I mean, it's kind of that area with like that area we had to the north as well, where it was like disconcerting. I'm I'm really concerned about this one. You get this solid area of red, solid area of green. Kind of doing like this. And what ends up happening is you just get this serious rotation right there. Should be heading something like this. And this would be your tornado right there. But it could just be rotating in the atmosphere too. There's a lot of details. There's a lot of details that go into it. Let's see how this has progressed. Yeah. We got this area. Oh, that's a new tornado. I thought this was this one. Oh boy. There's so many going on right now. Okay, let's get the rundown on this one now. First off, just to get that out of the way. Oh, is it this we're worried about? Because that looks... Hold on. Yeah, something in here. You'd be heading right along I-80. This is another example of like very strong winds just like this. It would be right at this intersection from Route 6, I-80. It's like right there. So we'll watch that one too. Oh man, but this one still looking so bad as well. I mean, just looking along this, just from a kind of like naked eye point of view, I mean, I see 1, 2, 3 potential areas of rotation. And up here is just so strong, I mean. Yeah, how Will B said storm just came through West Omaha. How bad were the winds, would you say, down there? That's a little south, but okay, did we just get another frame here? Wow. This thing is racing. It was here just a second ago, and it's all the way up here now. One frame later. Yeah, and anytime you see like, okay, so typically, let me just move you to like a normal looking area. Anytime you see like a line of thunderstorms like this, that's normal. Okay, that's typical stuff. Sometimes you can see tornadoes with that, but I mean that is a typical looking area. Now, compare that to what we're taking a look at here, and you just see this like, you know, snaking around, and it's mostly this area that kind of does this. It's always those kinks you want to look out for, something like that. And I'm mostly concerned about this, but I also see this too, and I don't know which one this tornado warning is for. My guess is it's this area up here, but also this doesn't look, you know, not concerning either. I'm concerned about both in general. But the rotation here is obviously far superior, so I doubt it's for this. It's just the radar signature throwing me off, but this is heading up I-80 towards Underwood. So we're going to watch closely for that because obviously, let's see if it continues up that, it'd be heading towards Minden. So we'll watch that situation. This area of rotation still looks quite concerning. Here, that green close to the red. You know, classic stuff here, guys. McKelland, yeah, right there. 417. That was a while back, huh? Both radar indicated. We'll see how long that lasts for. Sioux City. We're watching. Sioux City is under a tornado warning. Multiple. I mean, there is a ton of tornado warnings right there. If you're in Sioux City, first off, take cover. Second off, let us know what the conditions are like. As long as your computer is in your nearest, most middlemost room in your house or your basement or your phone. But first, take cover. Take cover, then let us know how it's going. In that order. I just want to be as clear as possible. Both radar indicated, huh? We'll see what happens. I mean, typically on the frame, I can think of so many examples, streaming these events where you can just tell the moment there was a tornado that came together, and you know it when you see it, but the rotation gets a lot stronger, and it is like the bright green and the bright red is like kissing. I mean, it's right there. Calendar rotation on the ground. Let's see. Council Bluffs. I don't know where Council Bluffs is. Unfortunately, if somebody in the chat could help them out. I don't know where that is. See if there's any signal in any of these. No. It's good news. It doesn't look like, maybe if anything, that. If anything, I'm concerned there could be a tornado here east of Sergeant Bluff. Is that where that is? This is just having so many issues here, but it does look like a stronger signal. We'll see what happens with that one. That actually looked like damage maybe, but it's tough to say for certain, and you don't want to call it too early. That is the worst thing that can happen. Yeah. This one I'm definitely concerned about. Let's see, does this say... Okay, still radar indicated. We got an extension of that one. I just wanted to make sure, because sometimes that's when they decide to announce it. They extend it, and then that's when they say tornado confirmed. So that's always something to watch for as well. But yeah, I think the reason they made this wider, you notice it used to extend from here to here, and now it extends almost the same distance there, but it goes way further southeast. I think that's because there's so many different little areas of rotation in here. Maybe they're trying to indicate something could be over there, but regardless, I see these two here, and I think they widened it out because we have two areas there. 4:17 tornado warning, so that would be 5:17 Eastern time. Let's see, let's move up here. And this is a more broad area. You see, we mostly have the red over here, green over here. What you're looking for is this to get a lot closer to this, and this to get a lot closer to that, and them really be up against each other there. That is when you know that pretty much there is some sort of, tornado taking place, or at least touchdown is about to take place, oftentimes. Man, I am so impressed by how quickly these storms are moving. It is mind-boggling. I knew they were going to be fast, but But this is fast, guys. No, it's freaking out now. Let's see, if I turn that off and turn it back on. All right, looks like it's time to take a quick intermission and just reload this. Got to give it a break every here and there. I think I should get a desktop eventually. That's what I'd like to do. I think I'll be able to do a lot more with that and just get a more powerful computer. That's kind of my long-term plan. Okay. Now we're just having issues even getting this up and working. Well, you missed a couple confirmed tornadoes. I'll tell you that. This would be a big shame, but that radar site might just be like literally going out. That or my computer's going out, to be honest. Oh, there we go. Now we go back to Omaha. Boom. Nothing. If we go up here and it's working in Sioux Falls, then let's see. Des Moines, can we get something working here? If I turn on, okay, so if I turn on the national radar, it works right away. That's obvious, though. Hmm. It is acting up. All right, we're gonna reload it again. See if we'll have better luck next time. Hmm. All right, all right. Let's just see what this does. It's awaiting a next scan, so hopefully it can load in the next one. It's just having issues getting the past one. And we have an observed tornado. Hmm. Because that's level 3. The problem is it should be downloading the frames that it's just gotten. That's usually how it works. Man. Okay. We're going to roll with level 3. Hmm. It is like I literally cannot get anything to load on this program right now. Oh boy. Okay. Hmm. Wait, Shadowcat, you're saying right now WSV3 is having issues, like on your computer as well? Oh, look. If I go out here, I can see it. It's only these ones in here. It's only the ones we actually need to see that are not working. Hmm. Well, there's that then. We're going to switch over to level 3 data. If nobody can really get the level 2 data, we'll see if we can get the level 3 data. Maybe in Des Moines we can get it. Maybe not even that. I don't know. Wow. I've never seen anything like it, guys. I wonder if it's like literally too many people trying to look at this stuff. No, somebody said radar scope is down as well. Here we go. We can get level 3 for a second. I think just too many people are using it right now. Harlan observed tornado. I want to try to get you guys the information. Regardless, we'll just use this national radar imagery. Look at that. I think if I'm not mistaken, I swear the national radar is also messed up right now. Because we have cells all the way out here. And the national radar is only back here. I'm going to go on my phone and try to get on radar scope here. Yep, I can't get radar information on either of these sites or the ones to the north. Matter of fact, guys, on radar scope, every single radar site is down. On radar scope, every single radar site is down. What is going on here? Huh. How interesting. That is very interesting. Wow. Look at that. What's it doing there? Look, is it on level 2 or level? That's on level 2. So we can see the exact moment that it cuts out. You see? Where do we stop getting information? 536, 537. Gone. Wow. What a time to not have this happen. I wonder if it is related to the storms. Hmm. Yeah, you know what's weird is, come to think of it, my phone's been really acting up with texts and phone calls. I wonder if that has anything to do with anything. But if there is like websites and all sorts of stuff acting up, I don't know. Then it just freezes. Well, that's our storm, guys. It's an interesting one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually leave it on this screen. I'm going to take a break while this is happening because if I'm going to catch up and, you know, kind of take a breather, try to get back uh, recuperated a little bit, my voice and all, and just get a little bit more awake here. I'm going to rest and get back to 100%. And hopefully, this radar, I'm going to be watching it. Hopefully, it'll come back. Okay? When it comes back, that's when I'm going to come back. So hopefully this is something that gets resolved within the next 30 minutes or so. Yeah. I'm super impressed with this storm, the structure of it in general. I mean, look at that. That is a monster. Low pressure system's probably there. Wow. That's one mean storm. All right, I'm going to mute this, guys, and we are going to wait and see what happens. I'm going to take a little break. I will be back, though, so stay tuned.